A new report shows it's getting even tougher to become a homeowner in Marion County.
Part of the problem, investors buying up properties in lower and moderate income neighborhoods. News 8's multicultural reporter Katira Winfrey breaks down the report.
A new report from the Fair Housing Center of Central Indiana says communities like this one in Hallville are increasingly seeing more rental properties. This community between Pershing and Sheffield right here at 14th Street are all rental properties, with 80% of them being owned by institutional investors. And housing advocates say these types of buy-ups have detrimental impacts on communities of color.
Change can sometimes come with a cost. A new report from the Fair Housing Center of Central Indiana shows outside investors cashing in and minority families missing out.
We have seen a drop in homeownership across Marion County throughout the last decade. In fact, home ownership has dropped by 7%. In our Black neighborhoods, it's doubled. It's dropped by 14%.
Amy Nelson is the executive director of the Fair Housing Center. This is the fourth report released this year outlining housing conditions in Marion County and Indianapolis. The latest report centers around the impact investors have on communities by looking at foreclosure and tax sale data.
The neighborhoods that are certainly surrounding downtown are being influenced, have gentrified, that we've had a lot of white, higher income buyers moving into those neighborhoods. And unfortunately, that has meant that individuals, people of color who are long in those neighborhoods are being pushed out.
About 15% of homes in Indianapolis are investor owned. That's in comparison to the national rate of 3%. Nelson says it's causing a crisis as many investors are buying up properties in low to moderate income communities, further taking away home buying options.
The south side of our city is where individuals of color are moving into, and the rate of change in those neighborhoods is much slower.
This trend continues to line neighborhood streets with rental properties, and right now there's not much, if anything, to do about it.
We also need to make sure that they compete with investors. And is there some limits that we can put on out-of-state investors?
Representative Cherish Pryor did introduce legislation to address some of these issues, but it never got a hearing. Reporting in Indianapolis, Katira Winfrey, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.